fire going, our food is cooked. Let's start building our base. What do we got to do first is we have to get down a workbench, because our workbench is going to determine where we can build. As this workbench is up and here, you can see that I have a white dot around the edge over there on the left, and I don't know how far, you can see how far over. That's my build zone. That's what I'm saying. This workbench is allowing me to work in this area. It is not a land claim block similar to Minecraft. This is where I can build. So if I put this down here, all of these new recipes pop up, of course, and the bird shows up to let us know that we're doing good work. Hello, Hugin. Built a workbench. If I try to build something like floorboards, I can build it here. But you can see this white tick mark on the outside. I can even build outside the white tick mark. If I come outside the white tick mark, I can't build it anymore. See down in the bottom of my screen, the workbench says none. It's flashing. It won't let me. I'm missing a requirement for that. I slide in here, workbench pops up, I can build again. Now this is what I'm talking about with the odd placement that we talked about before. The workbench can't work as anything other than a builder helper until I'm put a roof over it. So you use workbench, crafting station needs a roof. Well, if I'm going to put a roof over it, don't I want to put a floor down first? So this is where I'm talking about where you almost immediately want to create yourself a new base after you do your first base. Now, my suggestion, don't have to follow this, is to craft a shed. This was thought up by me and my buddy Josh. Always, in my opinion, always build on wood posts. It makes the ground going all weird. All right, we were able to finish off our shed. This is what the requirements that I have found in order to make the workbench work. Now that we have our workbench, let's access it and see what we can do with it. All kinds of new crafting materials have been able to pop up on the right here. Bows, hammers, all different things. The most important thing right off the bat is your ability to repair everything. This icon right here repairs everything. It doesn't let you pick what you're repairing because it doesn't cost anything to repair anything, and you can repair things in an instant. So you can just... Now all my stuff's repaired. Now I've got my stone hammer back. Everything's good to go. A really important part of this is being able to upgrade your items. Your stone axe, your hammer, all of these things are upgradable now that we have access to the workbench. Now that we farmed enough wood, we can come in here and see all the different things that we can create. One of the first things I suggest you create once you have this is going to be the crude bow. The crude bow is going to allow you to shoot deer, and you're going to need 2 deer head and in order to summon the first boss. Anytime you're working with a 26-degree angle roof, remember that you can use half walls as you progress in order to fill in the gaps. If you work with a 26-degree roof, you will definitely know what I'm talking about. If you don't, I wouldn't worry about it. Once a bed has been placed, you want to make sure to claim it, but if it is too exposed, you won't be able to claim it. So we need to make ourselves a little bit more enclosed base before we can claim our bed. Alright, now that we've enclosed our bed a little bit, we should be able to claim it. That sets a spawn point for us. It also sets a little tiny icon on the map that's a little picture of a bed, which allows you to find your base. So this is where we can sleep. We're resting, and we're going to sleep until the next day. The thing is that we were rested, and we now have the rested active effect. So we have 50% health regen and 100% stamina regen. That's super good. A couple of problems that you may run into that you want to be aware of is that you need a nearby fire in order to claim and sleep in a bed. This one is close enough, but you may have to knock out a floor. Fireplaces cannot be built on wood, so you can't build a fire pit inside your house. If you wanted to build one, you could knock out this floor panel and place it on the ground, but that's not necessary if you don't want to. Other problems that you might run into is that early on you're not able to farm stone, and you feel like you should be able to. These zeros are indicating that you can't. Spoiler, anybody who doesn't want to be spoiled, spoiler. after the first boss, they drop a hard antler, and that's what you use to craft your pickaxe. That first boss is done by taking 2 deer heads and taking it to this altar that we talked about early in the beginning. But hopefully this will get you started. You have your workbench. You can repair all your tools as often as easily as you like. You can upgrade your tools once you have an upgraded workbench. You can rest. You can get resting buffs. You can get resting buffs. You can continue to cook your food, keep yourself well fed. From here, you're either going to want to watch my video on the next steps, or you're going to want to find a water source, which is where you're going to find flint. Flint is going to be able to give you a better axe, a more upgraded workbench, but what you're looking for right now, if you made it this far in the tutorial and you're right here with me, you're going to want to find a water source to get flint. That's going to allow you to upgrade your workbench, which allows you to upgrade your tools, and that's going to better prepare you for your first boss fight. Thank you so much for watching, and have a wonderful day.